Hello, everybody. Just going to give people a little bit to hop on. And then I got to get my stuff together. Make sure I got everything set up so I can see the chat and see myself. Hey, JK Pioneer. Hey, Albert. Give everybody just a little bit of time. Get my notes together. Hey, Britt Chaser. All right. Let's see here. Hey, David Dow. How are you doing? I know I surprise everybody. I'm sure everybody is busy on a Saturday. So again, just going to give everybody a couple more minutes to see if they want to hop on. Let's see here. All right. Hi, Holy. How are you doing today, hon? All right. Okay. So I'm just going to go and get started because people will watch the replay. Hopefully, maybe. So let's see here. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, let me see if I can change my name on the screen because I'm in the process of not being a Blair anymore. So I don't want that showing. Oh, well, forget it. Anyway, so we'll just leave that there. My Zoom set up for my work account. So today I woke up, I saw K-Pro's post about, all the controversy of me being back in the chase. And so I basically, I'm assuming more people are drinking the Shannon Haterade than I originally assumed. So I actually messaged a couple people today. Thank you to those who responded with your opinions and your thoughts and your info. I really do appreciate that. I think only one person didn't reach back out to me, but no surprise there. So I guess I want to give context. There's no, this is not anything where you're going to hear any Chase news. It's more of just where I'm at in my life. And maybe some apologies in there and kind of what to expect going forward. And then I also want to get everybody's opinion, honestly, of what, not in the live chat, but in the comment section afterwards. I want to hear everyone's opinion and on a question I'm going to ask at the end, because I think it's important that the community has a say. Lots of people say, well, the majority feel this way. I want to actually see what the majority thinks as to what the majority actually wants. So if you can stay to the end, that's great. It won't be long. I have an event tonight. I didn't do my makeup specifically for you guys. I am going out. But anyway, so let's start off with rewinding time, going back to the What I Know About Jack live show I did this past spring. So I went back and I watched it today because a couple people have said that I have said, I said everybody in the community was crazy, or those that stayed in the community were crazy. And I was like, I don't remember saying that. Now, I'm not saying that maybe I wasn't drinking one night and maybe put it in a comment on a Facebook post someplace, but I didn't think I said it in that show. So during that show, I was in a place where I had, left the chase. I had gotten the email and I made my promise to Jack. And, I slipped up one night while drinking and I commented and Miriam called me out and we had some back and forth. And I was like, oh, crap, I put my foot in my mouth. But I was in a place where I had closure for the chase, but there was a lot of stuff going on in my life. My marriage wasn't going very well. We just got back from Disney. My stepdaughter was moving to Nebraska, which created issues with her father, and with an already struggling marriage, and then him going through personal emotional stuff. My grandfather is aging and has dementia, and I have family members who are on prescription painkillers, and they constantly cause so much drama. And I have life stuff going on, and I really was feeling the life stuff back then. And so I needed to have closure from the chase. I did. And I had a spouse, or thought he was my spouse at the time. I had spouse where he didn't want me talking about Forrest Fenn. Every time I did anything on a video, I had to hide it from him, and it had to be a time when he was at work. And it just so happened that he started a new job and he was home every evening. I didn't have a lot of time to really be involved. So that was my own life. And, I know I was part of the community and I stepped away from it. And, I didn't, I was a lurker. Like Facebook algorithm knows if it shows me a post from one of the Forest Fen like groups that I'm going to stare at it longer, and then I'm highly likely to comment on it. So Facebook does like to show me, but unless it was shown to me, I wasn't searching out information, and I had people that were sending me little things here and there to keep me updated, but I was trying to stay away from it. But I really didn't mean to be cocky in that video. It's funny when I hear people call me cocky because, I'm somebody, I've wrestled with self-esteem issues my entire life. So, maybe it's a good thing that I'm being called cocky now, because maybe that means I'm projecting confidence that maybe I never knew I was projecting. But not saying I want to be cocky. That's not a goal and not an ambition. And I feel I don't like being called cocky. So, but I did. I felt sympathy because I was watching this community that I loved. I grew to love. There's so many in this community that I respect and I cherish. And they were all fighting and arguing, and they were craving something that they weren't getting. And there was all this anger and rage, and I felt bad for them. I got an email from Jack. It did not give any answers. And to this day, I still believe that it doesn't help anything. Truly it doesn't. But I had at the same time made a promise to somebody. And yes, I didn't really know that person, didn't have a relationship, but I made a promise. And something that I've been doing, especially I would say more so the past year, 13, 14 months, is really focusing on myself, my own spirituality, my own self-care, my own mental stability, emotional health, physical well-being. I feel like I'm at that time in my life where, this is my spiritual journey, and I'm only given one life. And I think, Sammy's death definitely makes me appreciate every day even more so now than I ever have in my entire life. I don't take anything for granted, but I've really been, kind of looking at, what do I want my life to look like? And if I give my word, even if it is to a stranger, there is something where because I wrestled with this. Like, whether you believe it or not, I wrestled with, what do I do? Because I have all these people who I like, who are calling me names, saying mean stuff, saying all this stuff. And I chose to ignore all that and focus on the person I look at in the mirror every morning. There's only one person. And especially now that I'm going through an annulment and all that stuff, I can say there's only one person who I see every morning and every night in that mirror, and it is me. And I have to be okay with that person. Like, I'm getting emotional and I don't know why, but truly, I examine probably my life and my actions way too much these days, which I think is good, because it's part of my healing process and my growth process, because that's what life is. It's a journey, and we either grow or we, fall down holes and we don't get back out of them. But my thing is, I want to be lighter and brighter and greater. So I'm trying to project more positivity and stuff. But at the end of the day, that mirror, and I'm pointing because there's actually a mirror behind my laptop right now, that mirror sees his face every morning and every night. And when she looks back at me, I got to be okay with that person. So anyway, let me get back to my notes. But I genuinely felt bad because people were still, so desperate for answers, and they weren't getting them. And in my heart, I felt that if the community backed off, that maybe one day answers would come out one way or another. If there was less heat and less pressure and all that, I felt that. Needless to say, that didn't happen. So we are in completely different times now. But I do want to address, so the crazies, I went back and I watched the video today. And in the video, I did say that I was going crazy. I said all this craziness, as in the community, hidden between craziness, which was referring to emails. And I think it's crazy how people are still obsessed. But I didn't say that the community was crazy. I might have said some other things. I did say the community was piss poor, apparently, lately in that video. But ultimately, you know, I am a person who likes people to be happy. I like making people happy. And in that moment, I couldn't make people happy, but I did wish happiness on everybody. And, you know, and I stepped back from the chase. I did the video and I turned off all the stuff. And, you know, I've received a lot of personal, like, text messages, DMs, emails, people thanking me for doing that video, because they too did not like the way the community was going, and they didn't like, you know, the vibe, pretty much. So, I mean, I had a lot of very positive emails from that, even though there were people who did not like my stance. I got a lot, you know, I don't know if it was 50-50 or what, but I got a lot more positive response privately than I noticed to the negative response. So to everybody back then who sent me something, thank you. That was very, like, I still cherish, you know, any positive feedback. So, but yeah, so let's see here. Next note thing. So fast forward to Yellowstone. All summer, you know, kind of behind the scenes, you know, I had people keeping me up to date. They were giving me highlights on different YouTube videos and different news that was coming out. Some people let me know when I was mentioned in a video so I could go check it, especially if it was something negative. I also had people who would message me asking me my opinions on different things happening. Of course, I got tons of emails and notes trying to get the contents of that email out of me. Good job, all you guys who tried. I feel like I had to turn on my inner Forrest Fenn and how I answered everything. But at the same time, there were some people who were in the know who were giving me little nuggets of info along the way. And unless somebody told me something in confidence, you know, I assumed that a lot of this stuff was publicly known. But of course, I wasn't watching YouTube. I wasn't following along. So I did not know what was out, what wasn't. So on my trip to West Yellowstone, I realized that I did miss a whole lot more than I thought I did. I missed so much drama and stuff, and that there was so much behind the scenes stuff and so much on the scene stuff, and that there was just so much going on in so many facets. And I was like, it was like mind blown, like that mind blown emoji. And it definitely showed me that the community, no matter what, was not going to give up until they got answers. That's for sure. You know, there's the diehards that are not going, and they're going to get answers one way or another. So, and I also realized that the chase for the treasure that I had left behind and that I had closure on, had now turned into the chase for knowledge. And I don't know, something about that trip made me want to kind of come back and help. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I wanted to help, but I got sucked back in. I just, you know, and you also have to understand, I was in a relationship where anything I did chase related had to be hidden, you know, behind closed doors, you know, when somebody was at work, when somebody wasn't looking, you know, whatever. I could not fully participate because of my personal life situation. So if I seem excited right now, it's because I am, because I have nobody telling me I can't be here right now. You know, nobody can, like, there's nobody here and like who can walk in and be like, what are you doing? I don't have that. And I don't think I necessarily realized how controlled I was being in my relationship, but I was. So it feels good to have that freedom to say things, to do things, to just drop everything and go to West Yellowstone. Like, that was my you can't tell me what to do trip. It felt so amazing to get on an airplane and just, because the morning so context, the morning I left for West Yellowstone was the morning he officially moved out. Okay. So it was awesome because I had told him on our trip to Nebraska, after we dropped off the stepdaughter, that I wanted the annulment. I did not want to get remarried. And then I needed him to start working on moving out. So we were still sleeping in bed together, not touching, not cuddling, not doing anything, just sleeping next to each other every night for like another 3 weeks. So the morning I left for West Yellowstone truly was the beginning of my freedom. So yeah, I might get a little excited about stuff, and I apologize for that, but just know it comes from a place of newfound freedom, like newfound joy and happiness that I haven't felt as necessarily for a while. So if it comes off cocky, I am so sorry. It's not the intention. Just know it's right now. I have so much happiness and joy that radiates out of me. I don't have a lot of negativity in my life. Like, I live with my mother's, like, she has her own in-law suite, but I see her every day. And sometimes that brings a little negativity in my life, but oh, thank God she doesn't watch my videos. But besides that, like, for the most part, I am surrounded by great people, great friends. I get to have friends back in my life that I haven't had for years. I am just in a really good place in my life right now. At least that's how I feel. I feel very grounded, very rooted, but at the same time, a lot lighter. I joke that, yeah, I just lost 200 pounds, but anyway, so I do want to say, I do have closure over the chest and where it was located. I do not need to know the exact location. I know a roundabout area, and I'm fairly confident that I know the roundabout area. I will no longer use confirmation unless we'll get to that. I will go into that more, but I will not use the word confirmed. But I believe, I am confident that I know the roundabout area of where the chest was located. And to me, that's all I need. But I'm not necessarily here, but I wasn't here. I wasn't here for things like the GPS solve debacle. I wasn't here for a lot of stuff. So I personally didn't realize, just how skeptical and hurt the community has been, and where they're at this time. So I want to apologize, I guess, for not necessarily knowing where a lot of people were in the chase. The pain that they felt, like all the highs and lows, the excited and then feeling disappointed from the same stuff. I don't think I realized just how a lot of people felt from all those ups and downs. So I apologize for not really understanding where a lot of people are. So, I have been trying to see things like from a different perspective, to understand like those who have not left, who've stuck around through all of the stuff, where exactly emotionally you are. So, because, I do feel like there's information right now, and why doesn't anybody believe me? Oh, well, you guys got screwed over a couple times before. No wonder you don't believe me. So I apologize for some of the things I've said and maybe how I've said them. But I guess I just didn't really take into consideration just some of the stuff you guys have been through. So I'm sorry I wasn't here for you guys during that time. And I'm going to try to be better when it comes to information. Promise, last page of notes. So it's hard for me right now, just because, when you have info that you want to share, but you have restrictions on what you can say when revealing that information, it sucks to be in that position. So, just when you look at all the complications that this chase has, okay, so you look at Jack and Forrest's estate, problems when it comes to revealing exactly where it was and the legal stuff that surrounds that. You have certain people talking or saying things that they're not supposed to be saying. You have other people who talk to certain people, but but nobody knows that they talk to this person. And then you have other people who talk to people and get information, but, oh, don't tell it, there are people saying things that they're not supposed to. Yes, obviously that's what's going on. And so a lot of the confirmation, you know, just know that we're going to be working on getting more confirmation. But it's going to take time. It's not something that's going to happen overnight, but we're working on it. We're working on things. So with that being said, you know, that's the question, you know, do you guys want, and this is what I want you to put, not in this chat, the live chat, but in the chat after it posts, again, the comments, do you want nuggets of information that might be speculation, or do you want to wait until there is physical, or well, we'll just say physical evidence of some sort, or evidence that can be supported by something? Okay, because let me tell you, with the whole entity debacle, all right, I still don't know what to believe. I mean, yes, I know I have people telling me that, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Show me the evidence. Like that, that's how I feel. So I know how a lot of you guys are feeling now when it comes to when I say 9 Mile Hole is confirmed. All right, I will no longer say 9 Mile Hole is confirmed. I can say that from my sources, I have a very high reason to believe that 9 Mile Hole is where you put in, or the parking lot is where you put in. You actually put in to the river below that. But anyway, I will try to change my verbiage. But I want to know, and I know K-Pro wants to know this too, because this is a thing. You know, a lot of people are saying, I don't want to know anything unless you got confirmation. Okay, we can do that. We can wait. It's going to be boring. It's going to be quiet. It's going to be silent. Like you're not going to get anything. Or would you like to hear stuff that might be a little bit more conspiracy because we can't exactly prove it yet? What do you want? And I want to know what people want. Like we want to know what people want. And I'm not speaking for K-Pro for this video. She does not even know I go live. I don't even know if she's in the thing right now. No idea. I'm not really looking at the chat right now. I'm trying to focus and get my point across before I look at the chat. So, but, you know, the community, or those who speak out publicly via YouTube in the community, would like to know, what does the majority want? Because I know there's people out there that shout, oh, well, I talk to a lot of people and the majority says this. They don't talk for everybody. So here's your opportunity. When this thing goes posted, tell us what you want. Do you want some little conspiracy theories, nuggets of information that can't be backed verbally yet by sources and paperwork and everything else, and videos? And do you want that stuff? Or do you want us to wait until the actual confirmation happens? And there's other options too. We can put it in video headings if you like this is a conspiracy show, or this is a nugget show, or, you know, definitely confirmed on this one. We can customize it. So definitely let us know your opinion. Oh, K-Pro is here. No, I didn't. I woke up and I was like, oh my God, I was like, are more people really drinking the Shannon Haterade than I thought, you know? So I was like, I'm just going to go live, you know, we'll just see what happens. So, yeah, things come out. So, but yeah, so just definitely put that in the comments, you know, we'll take a look. You know, K-Pro does her own thing. She really does. But, when I say we, I'm talking about the people who are working behind the scenes to find and get information to you. And it's not just K-Pro. It's not just me. There are other people out there that are trying to do things for this community, that, you know, we can't mention, but there are, trust me, that there are people. I know you don't want to trust anything I say unless I have evidence, but there are people out there who do want to give closure to this community. There truly are. So, and they're great people, and they don't need to go live on YouTube on a Saturday before they go out and have a blast. So anyway, but that's really all I wanted to say. I want to apologize if my current happiness state has, you know, come across as me being really cocky. That's not what it was. I am just excited to be back here. I'm excited to be in a place where I'm free to be me, and don't have a partner who's constantly judging all my actions, you know, of course, now I have a whole community to judge my actions, but I'll take that because I do love this community, and I don't think I realized how much I missed the community. And I am so excited about World Series of Fen. I'm so excited to meet so many people. I got super excited by meeting K-Pro and Jens and Steve and Cynthia. I mean, I was so excited to see Cynthia. I kissed her, but don't, none of you need to expect me kissing you at World Series of Fen. I'll just give you hugs. If you're open to that, I know we're still kind of in a COVID pandemic. I am a hugger. If you don't want to be hugged, maybe just be like this or fist bumps, you know, let me know ahead of time. Sometimes I get excited, obviously. So, but yeah, so I think that's all I really have to say. Does anybody have any questions? Because I'm so not going to go through all this chat. I'm so bad at chat when I'm live. I am so sorry, guys. I am terrible about it, but anyway, thank you guys for hopping on. I hope you all have a very wonderful rest of your day. Go out, do something fun tonight, or stay in and do something fun. Just whatever you do. Please be safe. Have a drink. Think of me. If you don't drink, just go do something bad then for me. But anyway, take care. Have a good one.